Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KNB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. This is, you know what this is. It's the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about Monday Night Raw, August 14th, 2023. Michael Cole, Wade Barrett on commentary. And we're in Winnipeg. We're in Canada. And we start the show off right with the Judgment Day. No Finn with them. The cracks were showing, but at the end of the show, that's not what happened. Damien gets a little pissed. He's like, where's he at, huh? And Rhea's trying to hold it together as best as possible. JD McDonough comes out and is like, hey, Finn, Finn said this, blah, blah. They're like, hey, we don't take orders from anybody, especially you. You just came out of nowhere, basically, and now you're trying to tell us what to do? But here comes Sami Zayn. He gets in a fight with JD McDonough. It sets up our first match of the night. JD McDonough versus Sami Zayn, and this was a banger, bro. Finn Balor comes out. I thought Sami Zayn was going to lose this. JD McDonough was going to get a huge win on Monday Night Raw, but he did not, and I love JD McDonough. I think him potentially joining the Judgment Day is a very good thing. Also building the Judgment Day to be unstoppable. And I know Finn is the only one that needs a championship right now, and I think if JD McDonough comes in, and they go after, because Sammy being here, going after those tag team championships, and if JD McDonough and Finn Balor win the tag team titles, and you look at Judgment Day as a whole, North America Championship, the Women's Championship, the Tag Team Championship, and Senior Money in the Bank, it's unstoppable. A really fun match, though. I really did enjoy this. This was a huge highlight of tonight. Adam Cole's backstage with Chelsea. I was getting really sad because I thought he was going to take those titles away from her. And she was like, no. I will hold a Chelsea's Got Talent, Chelsea's Talent Show or whatever to see who I can find a tag team partner. Oh, please don't take these titles away. And then we get some interruption. But the biggest thing that came out of this is Piper Niven just comes in, beats ass, tells Chelsea, I am your new tag team partner, takes one of the championships, and Chelsea's like, okay. So now Chelsea Green and Piper Niven is the new women's tag team champions. Well, Chelsea was, but new in Piper. Like, I was like, all right, sure. Byron's backstage with Cody. He's got a big match tonight, Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. You can't get any more bigger than that for a Monday Night Raw. Imperium comes out. My boy Gunther, who can do no wrong in my eyes, is standing on top of the announce desk. And he's talking about, Chad Gable being his next opponent. He's not sweating it. He's just like, yeah, we're going to handle business tonight because Chad Gable does have a match, and the Alpha Academy comes out, and you just hear, sheesh. And this crowd, I will say this crowd was weak sauce. For everything that was going on in tonight, even Cody got the whoa, but, I don't know, this crowd was just really flat tonight, so, but Alpha Academy comes out. Chad and Vinci have a great match. Chad for the win. Gunther gets pissed and he's like, no. And we have a match automatically right after that is Gunther versus Otis. And I will say this, man. I was like, double Alpha Academy, double Imperium. Oh my God, back to back. Oh, my gosh. But I will say, man, that when he powerbombed Otis, got the 1, 2, 3, Gunther for the win. Man, my boy Chad, the mat master, the mat magician, gets Gunther, takes his ass out, suplex and everything like that. I was just like, hell yeah. And it's going to be next week. We will get those two to face each other. I'm just like, yes. Gunther versus Chad Gable, man. That's gonna, and both these two are my favorites, so I'm going for either or. But what's funny is Kaiser, is really hitting on Maxine before the first match happened between all this with Chad and Vinci, and she slaps him, and Otis, is like, hey, don't mess with Maxine, JD's backstage, they're all talking, they're like, what's going on? JD McDonough interrupts, and I love Damien's reaction. He's like, bro, who are you? Go away. I just love Damien's interaction when JD McDonough comes out. He's like, bro, fuck off. Hell to the Chief package. And what Chief? The Tribal Chief. And more question marks about Jey Uso. I'm already seeing Fatu is all elite. Wembley Stadium at All In. I don't think that's going to be the case. But for now, it's Deuces Ooses. They put them in the alumni section on the website. So we're really grinding this story out here. And there's rumor that Rikishi's going to show up at Payday. Or unless he leaked it. I was hearing those rumbles in the underground of the professional wrestling world and all the ins and outs you can hear from dirt sheets and, So there's something of that thing. And, when are we going to get Jey versus Jimmy? So, and I heard Jay's contract's coming up soon, too. So maybe we're playing a little bit on the real side of this when he's like deuces, ooses, and he takes off. So we shall see what happens on Raw. Jackie does an interview with Drew McIntyre backstage, and Riddle interrupts, basically setting up our next match when Riddle's like, hey, he's like, me and you, a tag team, this will be our second tag team match, and I already accepted another match, and Drew's trying so hard to talk. He's trying so hard. He's just like, hey, Riddle just keeps talking. Sets up a match. He says, I accepted the Viking Raiders open challenge for tonight. So Matt Riddle comes out first. Viking Raiders come out. Then Drew comes out. And as funny as, I always feel bad for Matt Riddle because they keep just making him part of tag teams. I feel bad for Drew and, hey, you two, you're a tag team. But they work together. They work well. And they won this match against the Viking Raiders. Another L for the Viking Raiders. So it's just like, why should I care, Indy, Candice LeRae, and Raquel backstage. Raquel wants to get her hands on Rhea Ripley. She, Indy has a big match against her. And then backstage, we got Drew and Riddle walking after celebrating their thing. Celebrating their win. New Day's backstage, and Xavier looks great with his hair, and but Riddle's like, you're gonna get those tag team championships, but this will be next week. The New Day versus Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle. That's gonna be really fun. We go into our next match here: Rhea Ripley versus Indy Hartwell. It's really good to see Indy back in the ring because she's with Candice LeRae. I was like, come on, my girl Indy. We've done nothing, and I know she was hurt, but I'm glad that she's rubbing elbows with the champ. Fun match, Rhea Ripley for the win. She's with Dirty Dom. We're showing that the Judgment Day is on track. Finn and Damien are backstage, and fist bump and everything. And we get to the big chunk of the show where I really wanted to get to. Shinsuke Nakamura, heel Shinsuke, has an interview with Michael Cole to find out why he did what he did to Seth Rollins last week. But not too much after Shinsuke cuts a promo and stuff like that on why he says, I want the championship. That's why I want the gold. And Seth comes out and says, hey, you just needed to tell me. I'm a fighting champion. That's who I am. So, we're going to set this. And he shakes his hand, and Shinsuke does something, and he shakes his hand and puts his mouth to his ear and says something where Seth is like, what? What? Catching him off guard, and gets laid out by Shinsuke once again. Seth is mad. We're building this rivalry, and we got Payback right around the corner unless they're going to do this on a Raw. I would rather this be on Payback. This is a big pay-per-view match, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth freaking Rollins. Hell yeah. Byron backstage with The Miz. You know, and Miz is like, hey, I could show up on SmackDown. I could do this, but I outshine LA Knight. And someone asked me, was like, do you really think The Miz and LA Knight was just even on that? I was like, yeah, because LA had some good lines. Miz had some good lines. And it was like these two going at each other, but I want to see them battle more on the mic. I want to see them battle more on the mic. Like, I think this is going to be gold between these two. You know, LA Knight, yeah, versus The Miz, and it's going to be awesome. Now the match we've been waiting for. Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Zoe Starks is banned from ringside. Fun match, but I will say my favorite part of this match was the fact that we got that Becky's new merch is a lemon shirt. Ever since the lemons, you got these lemons, you got them after Triple H, and after spitting the lemonade out like Triple H last week, she's keeping it going, and I'm like, good on you, Becky. And this match ends in a count out, and I'm like, man, the big blow off that we've been waiting for, is this, and it goes out. They go out of the ring, they get counted out, and they're whooping each other's ass and go all the way to the merch table. No, nothing really, no big spot or anything like that, because Zoe comes and helps and everything, and it was just like, oh, they laid Becky the waist, and it's just like, I'm getting really tired of the storyline. We need to end this some way, somehow, in a Hell in a Cell and something. I was like, this has to end without Zoe helping. This has to end with Becky winning and beating Trish Stratus. So we got Imperium backstage. Gunther's getting pissed off at Vinci. He's like, man, you keep disappointing me, bro. He's like, I'm going to Adam Cole. Baby, Adam Pearce. Wrong universe here. But no, he's like, I'm going to Adam, and I'm going to tell him, like, hey, we're going to have me and Chad Gable next week for the IC title. And Mr. Gunther, the Ring General, is very close to beating the Honky Tonk Man's record for holding that IC championship. And I'm like, damn. He ain't losing it, though. I'm feeling really sad for Chad Gable, but it's going to be one hell of a match next week. Adam backstage is yelling at Trish and Zoe. They're like, what? Why we had our match? He's like, hey, every time you guys have your match, you get away, you get out of this, Trish, or something like that. No more. This will be settled in a steel cage. And I was like, whoa, I was right. And my wife's like, you just watched too much wrestling. And I was like, oh, yeah, there is that. So at some point, we're going to get these two. Is it going to be here in Canada? Is it going to be at Payback? We shall see. I hope this is a pay-per-view match right here. So I hope they get the main event of the Payback pay-per-view, but probably not because there's no championships at stake. This is just a big grudge. Now, Cody Rhodes, whoa, versus Finn Balor in a banger of a match. Favorite part of this match, there's a lot of great parts. Of course, Dirty Dom Rhea come out. Then Damian comes out. And the finish of this match is probably one of my favorite finishes with this briefcase, because the briefcase has been such a bad luck, like just a thing for them, bad juju and everything like that. But when the distractions with the ref, the chair and everything like that, Dirty Dom, all this great stuff, Finn looks at Damian, he's like, hey, throw me the briefcase. He's like, yeah. And he throws it. It goes right under, his legs. Cody gets it. Cody hits him. Cody hits Damian. Boom, sets it up. Crossroads. And then 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes for the win. You would think this is it. You think that, we got the big win with Cody Rhodes here. No. No. They start attacking. JD McDonough comes out. Sami Zayn comes out. It's just they start beating down Cody. Sami Zayn comes out, and JD McDonough comes out, and JD McDonough helps. And this is just a setup for them to go and say, like, hey, JD's probably going to be part of the Judgment Day here soon. So, but this is an initiation. He helped them out. And then they lay waste to Sami Zayn through the table. And I was like, God damn. And we ended with the Judgment Day on top, and Finn Balor, getting one more to Cody and sitting on him right afterwards and flexing them little muscles of his. And we end the show with the Judgment Day on top, and as we should, showing the dominance of the best faction right now in WWE and the most toughest and roughest SOBs in the game, the Judgment Day. I honestly give the show a 5 out of 5, man. I had a lot of fun with it. I really did. As much as the Trish and Becky thing was annoying with the count out, I did like the fact that we followed it up and said this is going to be in a steel cage. And I'm like, yes, it has to be. We have to get there. Chad Gable versus Vinci was great. Gunther versus Otis was great. There's so many great matches. JD McDonough versus Sami Zayn to start the show. Then ending in with the banger with Cody Rhodes. I really enjoyed this Monday Night Raw. And like I said, a solid 5 out of 5, man. All day, day. And shout out to the Ninja with the big hatchet man in the crowd. Whoop, whoop. That's what I'm saying. They're up in Canada. They're representing too. And I hope he's listening to the New World Podcast, brother. I hope you're all listening to the New World Podcast, brother. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bomb down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember, the New World Podcast is for life.
Name and number, maybe your Instagram handle.
I don't think you understand me. I'm your new partner.